evening. Welcome. I'm going to call to order Rialto Unified School District regular meeting of the Board of Education agenda, January the 25th, 2023 at Dr. John R. Casaluna Education Center, 182 East Walnut Avenue, Rialto, California. Any individual who requires disability-related accommodation or modification, including auxiliary aid services, in order to participate in the board meeting should contact the superintendent or designate. So for open session, we're calling to order at 6 p.m. Closed session as provided by law. The following items for discussion and consideration at the closed session of the board meeting: public employee discipline, dismissal, release, reassignment of employees, Government Code Section 54957, student expulsion, reinstatement, expulsion enrollment, conference with labor negotiator, agency designated representative, Dr. Guatemala Avila, Superintendent Rhonda Kramer, lead personnel, agent personnel service, employee organization, California School Employee Association, Chapter 203, Rialto, Education Association, REA, and Communication Workers of America, CWA. Pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9D and or D3, conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation, significant exposure litigation, number of potential claims, 1. Any person wishing to speak on any item on a closed session agenda will be granted 3 minutes.
We don't have any.
Okay, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Vote by Mr. Montes
Aye.
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 and Stephanie Lewis, aye, and the time is 6:02. All right, welcome back. Is there a motion to adjourn out of closed session?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, vote by board member. Mr. Montez?
Aye.
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 Martinez, aye. And Stephanie Lewis, aye. And the time is 7:02. Okay, so open session reconvene
Can I say aye?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Dominguez. Everybody
Aye.
else jumped a gun. Didn't hear that voice. Of course. Okay, now we're gonna have tonight we have a special performance from Jehu Middle School. Is Jehu in the house? Oh, they're out there waiting. But first, let's have our own 8th grade Jaguar ASB president, Miss Jocelyn. Well, I'm gonna ask my partner in crime here that I don't want to mess up your last name.
Dueñez.
Is that correct?
It's Dueñez, but yeah.
Dueñez. With the ñ.
All righty.
Good evening. I'm Jocelyn Dueñez. I go to JQ Middle School, and would
Can you come a
please-
little closer?
Oh.
There you go.
I'm Jocelyn Dueñez. I go to JQ Middle School, and would you please all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oh, we see it. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we would like to welcome Jehu music teacher Miss Kathy Prado with our Jaguar Choir, who perform City of Stars from the award-winning movie La La Land. Woo! And board, would you like to sort of, so we can get the full effect?
I'm getting older and older every week.
City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, there's so much that I can see. Who knows? I felt it from the first embrace I shared with you. But now our dreams may finally come true. City of stars, just one thing everybody wants. There in the bars, and in the most beautiful crowded restaurants. It's love, that's all we're looking for is love from someone else. A rush, a glance, a touch, a chance, a look in somebody's eyes, to light up the skies, to open the world in simple rhythm, a voice that says I'll be here and you'll be alright. I don't care if I know just where I will go, 'cause all that I need is crazy feeling, a rat-tat-tat on my heart. Think I wanted to stay. City of stars, are you shining just for me? City of stars, you never shine so brightly.
Great job.
Thank you.
Wow. I just wanted to just tap dance and dance along. La La Land. What a lovely performance. Thank you, students, Ms. Prado, and our principal, Caroline Edie. Also, a big hand to the families who attended tonight's school board meeting to view the spectacular performance and those watching at home. Go Jaguars! Woo! Okay. So is there a report out of closed session?
We do have one. The Board of Education accepted the administrative appointment of Cecilia Gutierrez, Coordinator Health Services. The roll call vote was as follows. Stephanie Lewis, yes. Nancy G. O'Kelly, yes. Joseph W. Martinez, yes. Evelyn P. Dominguez, no. Edgar Montes, yes.
Thank you. So A9, we're going to have adoption of agenda. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second, is there any members that need to abstain?
Yes.
So you want to pull the item?
We're
Yes,
gonna
I'm
pull-
the item for E3.10 and E3.11.
So I make a recommendation that we pull those items at the consent counter items when we get to E. I don't see why we should do it now or do anything different other than adopt the agenda as is. And then those two items, we'll just pull them during
Now-
item E.
Okay, is it a poll or are you gonna abstain for the vote for
Just the
those?
same for the vote.
Okay,
Yes.
so we're gonna
I recommend,
and pull
yeah,
that?
yeah, I recommend we adopt the agenda as is.
Yes.
So
Okay, are
we-
we all clear, board members? Any questions? Okay. Roll call vote, Mr. Montez?
Aye.
Okay, Ms. Dominguez?
Aye.
With the exception of E10,
And
E,
311.
E.310 and E.311. Okay.
Aye.
Okay, Ms. O'Kelly?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, aye. All right. Mr. Gaitan, would you like to introduce our presentation?
Yeah, so today we have the middle school DSAC students presenting. First up, we have Frisbee Middle School with Brandon Martinez.
Good evening, Board of Education, Board President Lewis, and Superintendent Avila, and viewers. Hello, I'm Brandon Dominguez, ASB Treasurer, and I'm an 8th grader at Frisbee Middle School. Quite a lot of things have been happening at Frisbee. About 345 of the students got an honor roll last semester. Congrats, Falcons. Frisbee has also joined other schools in doing after-school tutoring. Students can go to the library after school and get help no matter the subject. We also had quite a few events. We had our second after-school movie day, and this one we watched the Grinch animated movie. This one succeeded our expectations and was a great success based on the fact that quite a few students attended. We also have an upcoming Valentine's dance. The theme is Cupid's Hideout and goes along with a spirit week that will be having the same week. We will also be selling Valentine's grams, and students can buy the gram and they will be delivered to the person of their choosing by ASB. ASB also does Fun Fridays in which we do music and games outside. We are also really active on social media and announcements because we want all students that are able to get the information we put out. Our announcements team makes an infographic summarizing what has been said on the morning announcements. This is great for students that were not present when the announcements were said. We also have PBS shoutouts in which students that exemplify the PBS expectations get a shoutout on the announcements. Avid also has a recent trip to Dave & Buster's. It was an incentive trip where any Avid students who was passing all their classes could go. That's been the overall gist of what has been going on at Frisbee. It's been a pleasure being here and to stand here and tell you about this school. Go Falcons.
All right, next up we have J. Hugh Middle School with Aaron Irie.
Welcome back, everyone, and President Lewis, Honorable Board Superintendent Avila, and viewing audience. I'm Aaron Aye, and I'm proud to say I'm a member of JQ's ASB. ASB is very busy these days, working hard to ensure that our students are learning, having fun, and enjoying school. To start with, we are beginning the application process for ASB for 2023 to 2024 school year. We are excited for new leadership in ASB. We are preparing to help celebrate the honor students at the upcoming honor roll assemblies on Monday, January 30th during first, second, and third periods. Congrats to the Jaguars that are getting honor roll. I guess they will be the next Einsteins and Bill Gates of our time.
All right.
Hope so.
We will be celebrating our basketball teams at our Space Jam Pep Rally Friday, February 3rd. I hope they have fun floating around because it will be a blast of fun. Good luck this season to both teams. February is Black History Month, and to culminate a month of long celebration, we will have a lunchtime activity Friday, February 24th in the quad during both lunches. Stay tuned for information regarding a Black History Month week, Long Spirit Week as well. The Sweethearts Dance will be Thursday, February 9th in the NPR. It's going to be a sweet time for our students to enjoy. Stay tuned for more information on the upcoming Knott's Berry Farm field trip, February 25th. More information will be coming on when to get permission slips and the cost. We can't wait to take this trip to enjoy with our friends. Our basketball teams are tearing up the courts again in games that started today. Great shout out to those Jaguars to give them hope to win this game. Congrats to JQ Middle School on their wins. That's all for now from ASB headquarters. I'm Anna Yee signing off with our school motto: give it our best, never settling for less. Have a good evening, Jaguars.
Next up is Kolb Middle School with Leila Olmedo.
Good evening, Board of Education, Superintendent Dr. Avila, President Lewis, and viewing audience. My name is Leila Meadow, and I'm the proud ASB ambassador of the Mighty Cougars, and this is Jonathan and Gary, Kolb's ASB president. I first want to share some Cougar highlights from the end of quarter 2. Since my last board report, Kolb completed our second round of iReady testing. Our Cougars worked hard on the iReady diagnostic. On the reading portion, we had a 98% completion rate and a 95% completion rate for math.
Ooh, very good.
Since receiving results, our students have analyzed their results and set goals for themselves for the second half of the school year. We are very proud of the growth our students showed. In December, we also had our Winter Vapa Night, Winter Wonderland Dance, and a Winter Spirit Week. Cole Middle School has not skipped a beat since returning from winter break. On Friday, January 13th, Cole had the California State Schools to watch visitation team on campus. The team of 6 was made up of current school administrators, retired administrators, and instructional coaches. The ASB class was fortunate enough to be visited by the visitation team. Our team class was asked to share about the Kolb culture and the questions about the student perspective. The team also interviewed our administrators, teachers, other staff members, and parents. We are waiting the final results to see if Kolb will be honored with a School to Watch distinction in February. This Thursday, ASB is also hosting our second movie night of the year. We'll be watching Minions. In February, we are planning events for Black History Month, going on our first school field trip, and the district gate test. We also have a lot of Kolb representation for the Rialto Unified Science Fair. We have 12 7th and 8th grade students participating at district level. Good luck, Cougars. As you heard, we have a lot happening in Cougar Country. Thank you for the opportunity to share all the amazing things our teachers, students, and staff members are doing. Cougars, always loud and proud.
All right.
Next up is Crucero Middle School with Melanie Quinones.
Good evening, Board of Education, President Lewis, Superintendent Dr. Avila, and viewing audience. I'm Melanie Quinones, ASB President at Casera Middle School. To end the first semester, Casera students went on a field trip to Knott's Berry Farm on December 15th. More than 100 students of grades 6 through 8 were able to attend and enjoy the day. To kick off the new semester, students were now beginning the first period with a new class activity called Character Strong. The goal of the activity is to help build character development, social and emotional skills, and better relationships between students and teachers. For the month of February, we will have our College Kickoff Day, which will be on February 1st. During that week, we'll have our College Spirit Week. There will also be activities through each class, a college walk, scavenger hunt, games, prizes, and music at lunch. Students will participate by wearing school pride, neon colors, college merchandise, pajamas, and school team's apparel. Next week, we will also have Valentine Grands and are currently promoting random acts of kindness. In February, we will also have many activities and celebrations planned for Black History Month. We will be co-hosting an African American student roundtable discussion with Eisenhower High School. There will also be school-wide assignments featuring Angela Davis and James Baldwin. To celebrate our African American staff, they will be featured on our website and be a part of our roundtable celebration. On February 21st and 22nd, we will be hosting soon-to-be 6th graders from Dunn, Dullahan, Fitzgerald, and Kodiak elementary schools. This is a new event for us, and we are calling it Casera Join the Pack Days. Future Coyotes will meet with the counselors and visit elective classrooms. They will also have lunch on campus and tour the PE locker rooms to get acquainted with being at a middle school. Basketball games starting this week, and our cheer team has been practicing to get ready for our competitions. Our boys and girls soccer teams are getting practices, as well as we are looking forward to wrestling starting soon. Thank you. I'm Melanie Keon representing Casera Middle School. Go Coyotes! Go Coyotes!
Next up, Rialto Middle School with Nevaeh Reyes.
Good evening, Board President Lewis, esteemed Board of Education Superintendent Avila, and members of the listening audience. I am Nevaeh Reyes, proud president of Rialto Middle School. Rialto Middle School's first week back from winter break was full of SEL activities to get students ready for the kickoff of 2023. Our scholars learned to use our new digital planner for our school-wide AVID implementation. All Tigers are introduced to our new PBIS Wellness Check-In system through PBIS Rewards. Did you know that January is Mental Wellness Month? RMS is hosting a Spirit Week to bring awareness to the importance of mental wellness and self-care. For example, wearing something that makes them feel good about themselves and asking for help when needed. ASB has also decorated the campus with inspirational quotes on the windows to remind students about the importance of mental health. Last Tuesday, BSU hosted a lunch event honoring Martin Luther King Jr. Day, where there were games, prizes, activities that got our Tigers moving. They had a blast. Great job, BSU. Congratulations to our girls and boys basketball team for playing their hearts out on the court today at Rialto Middle School. We started off the season with a strong W. Our STEM Cares Club is working every day in the RMS Garden. We have a monthly subscription for amazing organic produce that is grown and nurtured by the students every day. Our monthly produce subscription sold out in a day. And our monthly produce, and don't worry though, you can join our waiting list for our next harvest. Shout out to our web crew for visiting several elementary schools that feed into us, RMS, to help welcome our new cubs. Pretty soon, our 8th grade scholars will get a sneak peek of our future high schools. With that being said, RMS Tigers are roaring with integrity. Thank you.
That'll be it. Good job, everyone.
All right. I feel like a pep rally. Round of applause for everyone. Thank you so much. Okay. Next, we have comments. Public comments not on the agenda. At this time, any person wishing to speak on any items not on the agenda will be granted 3 minutes.
Ria, do you have someone doing the timer?
They usually have safety. He's coming in. And we need a chair here. I was just texting you.
We have Aida Reyes.
Thank you, Dr. Avila, board members of the Rialto Unified School District, and all that are present. My name is Aida Reyes, and I work at Cusera Middle School. I am here to represent my nutritional service. I have a group here to make me feel comfortable. And as you know, our department service is the lower pay. Our employees are quitting, new and old employees. They've been going to places where they get more money in other districts. We're here for our scholars, our community. We love our work. We love to work for Rialto Unified School District. We love what we do. We do it with our heart. We are very responsible and very knowledgeable. We are all certified. Without our food handlers or safe certificate, we wouldn't be able to work at our cafeterias to serve our students. We wouldn't be hired if we wouldn't have those certificates. We were in front of the line during the pandemic, and everybody was a witness of that, serving our community, making sure that our students, our families, have food in their tables. Now it's time for Dr. Avila and the board members. I cry out here to you in the name of all my whole department of nutritional service members to listen. Now is the time to listen and to act and to give us all a well-deserved raise. Thank you. Even though we thank you very much, we are very appreciative of the 11% raise that we're going to be receiving, and it was approved for you guys. We really appreciate that. But our department is still the lowest pay. Our nutritional service was still very low. I would like to remind you, Dr. Avila, of one of the meetings that you said that your mother used to tell you. It is okay to be humble, but I don't let the opportunities go by. And I'm asking you tonight, taking this opportunity to consider our raise for our nutritional department. Thank you for all the time and support. I really appreciate this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Diane Komiyama.
What did I say? She pretty much said everything. I would hate to repeat pretty much what she said. It's pretty much the same what she had said. I could say my part if you like. I mean, but it's pretty much. I would hate to.
Let us hear it.
Go ahead and hear. Okay. I just hate to go over what she has said. So, good evening, Board and Education, and Dr. Avila, and the viewing audience, and all my workers over here, co-workers. I also would like to speak also. My name is Diane Komiyama. I have worked for Nutritious Service for 28 years. I have witnessed the evolution of our rules of this district, and we are proud to, like she said, Aida said, so true. We are proud to be part of Rialto on the incredible work we do serving our children. We are skilled professionals. We consider ourselves professionals. We work very hard, and we do appreciate our recent raise that we're getting. What we don't understand, like she mentioned before, is how we can work at neighboring districts and make more money. We have lost great works in our kitchens because of the pay. We lost a lot of our good workers, a lot of them, and that really hurts us. Some have gone to different districts, but the worst is when they go to another department and get more pay. To my understanding, it's like $3 to $4 more an hour. We understand that the money is not everything, but to be fair, you know. We love cooking fresh meals for our kids and being part of their entire school day. We value Rialto. We really do. We really do. And we love our kids, and we just want our pay to reflect our value. Thank you for your time and for hearing me.
Thank you.
Michael Montano.
Good evening, everyone in attendance and viewing audience at home. Voice is kind of going, so definitely won't keep it long today. I just came to speak on safety. A few times it's been brought up that we'd like to have a little training in the areas of breaking up fights. Maybe provide some videos, of course, with students blacked out, faces blacked out, and review maybe in this situation, breaking it up might be appropriate in this situation. It may not. Just something like that, so that our teachers could be a little more prepared in those situations. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Monica Thomas.
Hello. Oh, okay. I don't know if it's on. Okay. So, hello, Board, Superintendent, audience that's watching. I was here last May about the problems that my student, who was in 7th grade and now is an 8th grader at Casera Middle School. Well, I'm up here doing an update because everyone needs to know about follow-up and how it's important. There's a new principal along with some new assistant principals, and the communication that comes in different ways is awesome. Casera is different. There are fights, but there's not anywhere close to what it was. The town hall meetings that Jennifer Cuevas does and the assistant principals, they step in even if she's not able to. They still take all of our questions. They help relieve stress, and they help us know what's going on at the school, and they're always willing to listen to any concerns that we have. I also want to say to all the nutrition, because I do have 2 that are there, they are very welcoming, especially to my youngest who's special needs. They helped her understand what she needed to do, and they didn't get mad at her, and they gave her the time to be able to understand. So thank you for this time, and I just wanted to give you guys an update. That was good. Have a great
Thank
night.
you.
Donna Gomez.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. My name is Donna Gomez. I have 2 children attending the DLI program at Boyd Elementary. I'm here today to shine some light on the staff at Boyd, which I now consider family. I would like to share a little bit about my son, Daniel. He's my 2nd grader. He's very happy, outgoing, and a very hands-on kid. He's also a type 1 diabetic. He was diagnosed at the age of 4 when we were admitted into the hospital and told that his pancreas was no longer producing insulin. As I'm sure, like myself, any parent would be devastated to get news that their child has a chronic disease, something that mom can't fix, something that mom can't cure, but something that can be managed if we have a great support system. And I'm proud and honored to say that we are blessed and we have an amazing support system, not just at home, but at school where my kids spend most of their day at, which is Boyd. The first person that reached out to me before any other family member was my sweet Angelita, Señora Agosto. To this day, when we have tough days, I replay in my head her telling me, everything will be okay, and I will forever love her for that. Then we have, in no special order, these amazing people. Nurse Kylie. She's what I consider mom at school for Daniel. She makes sure all of his food is calculated and dosed for with insulin. She monitors him and figures out what his blood sugar trends are. And as crazy as it may sound, she even knows how the weather's gonna affect his blood sugars. Miss Rosa, the health clerk, she keeps me well informed and is very sweet and nurturing, not only just to Daniel, but to all the other kids that walk in the office. Miss Diana, she's a sweet face I see right when I walk in. I love her, and I have literally seen her run out onto the field to bring Daniel in when his sugar is low. And this I've seen from the pickup line because we can see the field. Miss Hudgens, Miss Laura, Miss Roberta, they're amazing. I love all the reminders they send out and how welcoming they are. Mr. Polito, I really feel like goes out of his way to make Boyd better. It can be something as simple as bonding individually with the kids. For example, shouting out to my son Daniel, "This is a no beeping zone," which means no low blood sugars, so he doesn't pass out. To holding monthly informative meetings, standing out and directing cars during the drive-up, pickups, or drop-offs, which I have to say have improved so much since he's been out there. He has also been available when we need to make changes on Daniel's 504 plans. Senora Nava has been very understanding and has worked closely with us so Daniel does not need to be pulled from class during low blood sugars. All of these people make Boyd great. They make me as a parent feel at ease knowing that everything they do is for the safety.
Thank you.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
But Boyd is amazing, and I just wanted you guys to know that.
Hilma Montano.
Good evening. My name is Gilma Montano. I come today to let you know that I am very grateful for being in the Rialto Adult Public School. For people who do not speak English, we often experience frustration and uncertainty, not being able to communicate with other people, not being able to help our children with their homework, and also not being able to fulfill our dreams make us feel like we live in shadows. That's how I felt until I found the Rialto Adult Public School. I am very grateful for the effort, dedication, and motivation that they put into their students. They are guiding me and giving me the necessary tools so that I can go to college and study a career and get a better job that will benefit me, my family, and my community. Tonight, I want to thank everyone who makes our Rialto Adult Public School possible. I want to thank our principal Kimberly Watson, our assistant principal Monica Garcia, all the staff, and all the teachers, especially my teacher, Tamila Palmer, for being my inspiration. Now, I am very sure that with their help and my effort, a bright future awaits me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Leslie Evans.
Good evening, esteemed board members, Dr. Avila, President Lewis, and our innovation team. I'm Leslie Evans. I'm the president of DayPAC, and I would like to cordially invite you all out to our 2023 DayPAC Black History Celebration. That'll be hosted at Eisenhower High School. It will be held on Saturday, February 25th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and at the theater at Eisenhower. I'd like to personally thank Principal Mr. Frank Camacho for his continued support and allowing us to host another event at Eisenhower at his school site. We'd like to send the message that Black History Month is a value of the district. And as the district APAC, the expectation is that every school site participates, and also if we could see you all there and support of us as well. There will be nominations for student recognition and performance forms sent out to submit names of our African American students and or staff by Friday, January 27th. We also have some of our save the dates here to pass out and, for you all, and then we will also be creating posters so that we can post at every school site. So I look forward to seeing you guys there, and thank you all for your time.
Thank you. You can hand the flyers. Ms. Evans? Yeah. Thank you.
Diana Marquez.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, board. Good evening.
Can you lower the mic? Oh, yeah, there you go.
Thank you, board. Good evening. I'll be brief. I just wanted to come before you to ask for help in the Carter High School More Severe Special Ed class for Mrs. Herrera. The teacher's in need of help with classroom aids. We really need help in there. Today I learned that my son lost his one-on-one health aid. I really need help because he really needs assistance with his medical things. He has an imbalance, wears a brace, things like that. It's an urgent matter for me. It's an urgent matter more for my son. Like yesterday, I picked him up and I saw him circling around by himself trying to find direction. He had nobody to guide him, because the other aides are helping the other children as well. And I would just really, I don't know what to do, where to go. So I don't want to homeschool him. I would like him to finish high school here and graduate next year. Please help him. His name is Josiah Marquez, Carter High School, with Mrs. Herrera. And maybe you can communicate with her. She can tell you more of the things that she needs. I don't know, but I do see it because I pick him up every day, and it's a struggle. So, maybe you can meet with her and see where areas she needs help. And I do see it. I don't work there. I'm not in the building, but I do see it, and I'm just a parent. But for my son Josiah, please, if you can, somebody can call me tomorrow or Friday, to see what we can do to help him. It's kind of hard, when they go on the field trips. Tomorrow they have a field trip. My son doesn't have an aide to be on the bus with him. He will get lost. So I don't know to keep him to school, things like that I have had to do. Because his aide's been out for a week and a half or so, and like I say, today I learned that she's no longer with him. So he's aideless, basically. So I thank you.
Thank you.
Can you leave your contact information for?
It's right here.
Yes.
We'll follow up.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night.
That is all we have.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Next, we have C.2, public comments on the agenda.
We do not have any.
Okay. C.3, comments from the Association Executive Board member. We have Rialto Education Association, REA. Five.
Good evening. Tobin Brinker, the new president of REA. Tonight we have a technical thing that we always have to do at this time of year. It's that time where we introduce you to our proposal for bargaining. And so I'm going to bring up our bargaining chair, Teresa Robinson, and she'll tell you all about it.
All right. Good evening, Board of Education, Mrs. Stephanie Lewis, thank you, District, Superintendent Dr. Avila, Innovation Team. It's good to be here, our members, colleagues, coworkers, and family and friends, and our viewing audience. Knowing that I've got a time limit, I'm going to be quick and I'm going to be brief, and I'm going to say thank you and good evening. Tonight, I am here to present two demand bargains. I have our first, which is our usual annual one, which is for a collective bargaining agreement, which is basically something that touches all of our members in REA, from our teachers down to our counselors, to our speech therapists and our nurses and our counselors. Our second demand to bargain is basically, it deals with the California Department of Education directive to districts that are to report service minutes received by students with IEPs. We want to just make sure that we discuss the supports that are being provided to accomplish this directive. And with that being said, with time to spare, I would like to go ahead and pass out our proposals to the board and to the district. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Robinson.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with the time that I have remaining, I apologize if I maybe go over just a little bit. It's my first time in this new role as president of the Teachers Union, so I hope you'll show me a little bit of leeway. So I'm joining you tonight in my capacity as the newly elected president of the Rialto Education Association. I'm super excited to be here. I had hoped to be here sooner as I ran for this position last year and narrowly lost. And I want you to know that was a very humbling experience. I believe in the power of elections, candidates going out, meeting people, sharing their ideas, and talking about their experience and visions. And while I've been out of elected local office for a decade now, I want you all to know that when I was younger, I served as a member of the Colton School Board for one term, and I served a term and a half on the San Bernardino City Council. And those experiences have given me real insight into the difficult job that you have as a school board. This recent election of the REA presidency was super close. I won by a mere 14 votes. Our members had two excellent candidates to choose from, and we both put up strong campaigns. And I know I have big shoes to fill. Maisha Calloway was the first African-American female president of REA. She took over leadership of our union in the middle of COVID, and she had to deal with the loss of our union office and our office manager while juggling the needs of over 1,300 members. She deserves a lot of praise for her hard work.
Okay.
Because my victory in that election was a very slim margin, I know I have a lot of work to do to bring the members of REA back together. I want to be clear, though. There's two ways that could happen, an easy way and a hard way. And I want you to know that I've decided to take the harder path. The easy way would be to stand up here at a school board meeting and attack you people for the many real and perceived issues in our district. Trust me when I tell you that many of my members want me to do just that. They want me up here pounding and yelling at you. They don't feel safe in our schools. They feel that our programs are being pushed in the wrong way and that their experience and voice has often been shut out of the decision-making process. And they're upset because they see surrounding districts getting better settlements and they feel disrespected by many in leadership in this district. But I want you to know I'm not going to stand up here and pound the desk and come at you that way. I'm not going to take the easy way. I know how difficult your job has been, these past few years particularly, and I respect the tough decisions that you've had to make. I think our members were really happy when you let us finish the 2020-2021 school year online. I think that was a big one for us. I believe they were pleased when you told the superintendent to slow down the push for standards-based grading and gave us a seat at the table. I think many of them are waiting expectantly for the return of the school resource officers to our campuses. Now, I've chosen the hard way because I believe that iron sharpens iron. When I started teaching in Rialto 23 years ago, we were always in the top 3 for other districts in the area in terms of pay and benefits, and I want us to return to the top 3. And I know that Dr. Avila is going to want that too, and I expect him to press me on a variety of issues to say, if we're going to pay you, we want this and this and this. And we're going to have those battles and we're going to have those discussions because I believe a rising tide is going to lift all boats. We're not going to shy away from asking for what we want and offering our experienced voices on every issue.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next, we will have California School Employees Association, CSEA.
Good evening, Rialto Unified family. I'm Chris Cordasco, the CSEA chapter president. Tonight, I wanted to touch on some of the things that I heard in public comments. I wanted to just let my membership who was here tonight know that they have my back. Or I have their back. They have my back, but I do have their back. We are working on things to improve the pay for their department, but also I want to reiterate the urgency to complete our class and comp study. With the promotion of Dr. Gibbs into her new role, it did leave Rhonda Kramer holding the ball on a lot of things, and it's been felt across the board. Many things are slow to come, and we've given grace, and personnel department as a whole has done an excellent job. I know Dr. Gibbs has supported everything that she could, but when Dr. Avila announced that we had hired 2 additional people for that office, they were not placed there until today, and that happened months ago. And that has caused a big lag in services provided to staff, which causes a lag in services provided to students. We've got to figure out a way to kill the lag. We can't hold up people moving into their new positions. We need that work done too. And that's what's a big part of what's slowing down the process with class and comp. We do meet with the district every week, but we should be meeting more than once. We should be meeting for hours and not just a couple of hours. And that would speed up this process. It is a problem that our nutrition service workers make less money than someone working at Taco Bell or Del Taco or any other fast food chain. It's not just other school districts we're competing with right now is in that realm. So just something, food for thought, okay? I'm going to use my last couple of minutes to bring good news. I know I've been at this podium talking about the need for our instructional aides to have their hours increased. They are on the front lines. We have been working with the district. We have an agreement in place to increase our instructional aid hours in the classroom. I received notice today that agreement has been approved by CSEA, and I've been directed to conduct a vote. So we will be voting on this MOU, and hopefully membership, I would hope members would agree with this. We'll be able to increase the hours of our instructional aides and better serve our community. So thank you very much. That's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. Next, we have the Rialto School Managers Association, RSMA. Anyone present? No? Okay. Okay, great. Comments from our student board member, Mr. Gaitan?
I don't have many comments for today. This Saturday, though, is the Parent Summit. I do urge for parents, students, anybody welcome to attend. You know, it's going to be a great experience. There's a special speaker there as well. It would be a really good experience, and I urge for people to attend.
Thank you so much. And I'm not going to forget this time, comments from our superintendent, Dr. Avila.
Thank you, President Lewis. Just want to thank the DSAC students who presented today, as well as the speakers during public comments. And in particular, a couple of speakers. One would be Hirima Montano, the student at the Rialto Adult School. And I selected her because she really hit on a couple of points that I want to make today. Last meeting, I spoke briefly about kindness and how I take the message wherever I can to promote what it is that we're doing here in the district. And I recall early on hearing the chuckles, some of the laughs when asked what we were really focusing here in Rialto, and I would say kindness. Because I believe that they had the impression that it was just smiles and handshakes and being pleasant that we were focusing on, which is true. But with time, we detailed a definition of Rialto kindness. And it is the personification of honorable and compassionate service to others, meaning that it becomes part of who we are. And honor is the one piece that I really have to explain. Because honor is where you have the integrity, is where you have expectation, is where you have self-control, is where you have accountability. And it means that we have that for ourselves and for others. along with the compassionate service that we provide. And so in dealing in particular with students, we know that's a hot topic when it comes to student misbehavior. There's a lot of honor that goes into practicing the kindness that we hold students accountable. And we have to teach students to hold themselves accountable for their behavior as well. I've said it that too much honor without compassion is not good, and too much compassion without honor is not good. And we have to take it on a case-by-case basis. And as I look at our suspension numbers, I look at all the alternatives to suspensions by school, disaggregated data, it shows that the district, the site administration, and others are really approaching it with that degree of kindness, because there's a lot of alternative to suspension decisions being made, as well as suspensions, and as well as you see from time to time, those then move forward to recommendations for expulsion. So we're not pushing zero tolerance, and we're not pushing letting them get away with everything. It is, I believe, very balanced, and it continues to take time, training for a new administration to really find that that rhythm in order to make the decision that's appropriate for that given student or incident. And so that's the kindness that I'm talking about, to have that self-control and that compassion as we interact with each other. Another big topic that's related, is an extension of kindness, is Rialto equity. Today I had a very detailed conversation with a gentleman that travels the country presenting a product to schools and districts throughout the country. And he is just amazed at how there seems to be 1,000 different understandings or definitions for equity across the country as well. You ask 50 people and you get 50 different understandings. For Rialto, we've simplified it, and we've kind of mirrored equity in general. The most common example of equity is equity on a home. And equity there has 3 parts, and so does ours. The parts are core beliefs. It is believed that in our society, individuals should have the right to own a home. That's a core belief. Because most of us cannot afford to buy a home cash, there are supports in place for that through the banks. They lend you the money to purchase a home. And the third piece is where the person that takes out the loan is now responsible for paying back the loan. And the more you pay off your house, that becomes your equity until you have 100% ownership of your house and you have 100% equity. In education, it's been a little different. Most of it focuses on a lot of supports, a lot of things that we give or provide for the schools, for the kids, for the community. That becomes the equity. But in our case, it's different, because equity in our district is when all students, staff members, and families are acknowledged, accepted, and valued. That's the core belief. And the question is, if you don't believe that, then are you really part of the community? And that requires you having that belief that, yes, everybody should be acknowledged, accepted, and valued. The supports come in what we have been doing for a number of years, for interventions, for after school, for social and emotional, all the things that we traditionally provide for kids and beyond. That becomes the support, the needed support and encouragement to take personal responsibility to realize their highest aspirations. So again, it's not just giving all these supports, but now the students, in this case, take personal responsibility to realize their highest aspiration. It's not just us giving equity. The equity materializes when we believe, when we provide the supports, and when the students take responsibility or ownership in their own education. That's when we have true equity. This week, this was yesterday, I believe, I saw it as I heard the speaker, Hilda, talk about that someone believed in her and in the adult students. The supports have been provided, and now she can take that responsibility to do what she needs to do to be successful. That's equity. But I saw a true example yesterday. So a few months ago during the summer, Eisenhower High School was challenged with what were they going to do for all those seniors coming into the school year that were very credit deficient, that would have no chance at graduating with their class this year based on the number of credits that they were behind. So the belief surfaced that, well, we believe in our kids. And so the energy of strategics, having agency, having creativity, having that belief that our kids will become fulfilled, they came up with an idea to create the Impact Academy. In conversations with teachers, with classified staff, with administrators, with central office, it took some time, but they were able to get that and get that financial support to make sure that we had the proper staffing for it. So they identified 25 students to be a part of the academy. And as of today, all of them are on track to graduate. Most by the end of the school year, a handful during the summer, if everything moves forward. But there's one particular student, Israel Sanchez, who completed his work or is scheduled to complete his work this week to graduate. And that is because people believed in him. The staff, the team there created or provided all the supports, and then he, even in his comments yesterday, said that I had to realize that I needed to take personal responsibility to make this happen. So he has spent the last 3.5 months just working day and night, one course at a time, with teacher support in the subject area. So it's not just the APEX, but it's the APEX along with the teacher support in the area. And so he is fulfilling his dream earlier than expected. But he is a shining example of this equity materializing because people believed, people provided supports, and then the individual took that personal responsibility. So big shout out to Israel for doing that and for letting us know that our energy was worth it. And lastly, I just want to thank the Rialto Rotary Club for making me an honorary Rotarian yesterday. And in case you don't know, Rotary started in 1905 in Chicago by an attorney and 3 friends, business owners, who wanted to provide service to the community. And they started to have meetings at each of their homes, and there surfaced the name. They rotated the meetings, and they became the Rotarians. It became Rotary. And that was Charles Harris, I believe is the name of the gentleman. But I do thank them for all of the service that they provide to the community. Rotary provides a dictionary to every 3rd grader every year. It has taken a hit because they're not as available as they used to be because of the pandemic. But again, that conversation planted a seed that we're going to partner with them. They don't know just yet, but our district is going to move it forward for us to probably create our own dictionaries and partner with Rotary Club to be able to generate them ourselves for our kids through them. So that's the idea. Thank you so much, Rotary Club, and that's all I have.
Thank you. That was a powerful message. Next, we will go to Board Member Mrs. Dominguez.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Lewis. Well, good evening.
A little bit closer.
Good evening, everybody. I want to, first of all, thank all of our JQ students for being here and giving us that wonderful performance. So let's give them another round of applause. They're probably gone, but let's give them another round of applause. And I would like to thank for all of our speakers here tonight that took the time to come out and speak to us, all of us tonight. And also, I would like to say that on January 27th, we will be celebrating our 100th day of school. And I know my boys are super excited to participate in the activity that they're going to be doing at their school. They're going to be dressing up as little old 100-year-olds. So they're excited for that. And I also want to thank our teachers, our classified employees for all of their hard work in these 100 past days. I know it takes a village to raise a kid and deal with kids on good times and hard times. So you guys are a part of this village. So thank you so much for those past days, for the past 100 days. I know that you guys are doing a fantastic job in promoting a positive environment for our students and for our one another. So let's continue to do that. Let's finish out this year strong and make 2023 the best, and let's show San Bernardino County that our USD is strong and we are going to be better than everybody else. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dominguez. Okay. And to my right, Mr. Montez, board member.
Thank you, Board President, Ms. Lewis. So first, I just would like to thank the DSAC speakers who came up. to the podium. It's always great to see, the middle school kids especially starting their public speaking career here at the board meetings. I want to also congratulate Mr. Brinker, which it's come to our attention is the new president of REA, and congratulations. And we also want to thank Miss Maisha Conway for her service, and we look forward to working with whoever's at the helm. So whatever we can do to move forward and work together, we welcome it. So congratulations. I also want to thank, I believe it was the teacher who came to Sarah to give an update. I didn't.
Monica Thomas.
Was it
Monica
a parent?
Thomas. Wait, hold on a second. No, that was parent.
Monica Thomas?
Who had student at Sarah, yes.
She was a parent.
I want to thank Miss Monica Thomas for bringing us an update on Casera Middle School. And I really appreciate that because whenever, whether it's an employee or a parent, whenever someone from a school can come and share some positive news with us in regards to the state of their school or their program, it's awesome. Oftentimes, we don't always hear that side, other than from what, information is given to us here at the district. But to hear it firsthand from a parent, it brings me a lot of joy. Casera was going through a pretty rough patch there for some time recently, and what an amazing, it reminds us of how amazing the influence of one person, the impact of what one person can do. And I know it's not, we give kudos to all of the staff over there at Casera Middle School. But somebody in the role, somebody in a leadership role, somebody that's stepping into a position that has the ability, that has the responsibility to prioritize safety, to prioritize getting the staff the support and the resources that they need. Kudos to Ms. Cuevas. Keep up the good work, and kudos to everybody over there at Casera who's really working to change a lot of the things for the better for our students. So thank you for that. And then I just also wanted to thank Mrs. Aida Reyes, who came here on behalf of our nutritional service employees, advocating for a pay raise, advocating for her department. Now, traditionally, those types of concerns are handled at the union level, but it's still their right, anyone's right, to come to the podium and advocate and speak their piece. And I appreciate that her and others from Nutrition Services came to speak tonight, and really just are asking for fairness and equity across the board. And when we think of this department and that department, I've said it in the past, we're all in this together. We should not look at anyone as less. We should not treat anyone as less. And I don't want to see us continue to lose good, hard-working people at any of our departments. And I do want to thank them for all of their hard work, but I also want them to know that I speak for myself, and I think other people could relate, that it's not about us just saying, thank you, you're doing a wonderful job, and patting them on the back. If we truly value them and we truly are grateful for their work and their service to this community and to our children, then we need to show it, not just say it. So thank you to Nutrition Services, all of the hardworking people in our district, and hopefully we can soon help them and continue to keep our people happy, because we don't want anybody to leave. And with that, I want to just share, I seen a video on Instagram. For those who don't know, Nutrition Services does a lot of their own media. I believe they have an Instagram, Facebook account. They share some videos, information about the events that they have and whatnot. But I seen a video regarding one of the Keystone pantries where the cars were wrapped around all the way completely around peppers, was it Randall, eucalyptus, Merrill, and they were giving out boxes of eggs and milk, and we all know how expensive eggs are right now, hard to get. Food, vegetables, produce, food that not only is part of the programs and the grants that the district gets, but food that's donated by Amazon and other types of organizations, food that is available for our families in our communities. It just speaks volumes. And thank you, Diane Romo. I seen you in a video. I saw Dr. Burciaga. I saw Ed D'Souza, and many other people out there who technically really don't have to be out there, but they choose to be out there handing out this produce and these healthy food to our families. And it just really brings a lot of joy that when we talk about things like kindness and equity, that we have people in our community, in our district, that are willing to go above and beyond and do the work that needs to be done. If we didn't have the necessity in our community, we wouldn't be doing it, and people wouldn't be going.
Right.
So again, thank you to our Nutrition Services and all of the wonderful things they do, and everyone involved in helping that pantry program and the other programs that we have. Especially proud of the breakfast in the classroom. More kids are eating now. I believe like one of the middle schools that has about 800 kids, only about 140 kids were eating in the morning. Well, now that they have the breakfast in the classroom, they've quadrupled, tenfold the amount of kids that are eating. Almost all of the kids are
That's
eating
great.
breakfast now. So kudos to the schools, our district, superintendent's leadership on letting these programs develop and letting our departments do what they got to do to make sure that we can try to do the best for our students. So thank you again, and that's all.
Thank you. And next, we'll have the board clerk Martinez. Mr. Martinez.
Thank you, President Lewis. You know, I want to first of all congratulate you, Tobin, Mr. Brinker, on winning your tight race. It was a tough one. And also for CSEA, President Cordasco. That means you got your 610 and you're ready to vote.
Yes.
Congratulations. I say any more and I could probably get an unfair filed on me. So it's like,
I'll give you a waiver.
go. Whatever you do, go. Okay. Now I want you to hear me clear. We want to make sure that we honor every dollar that we have promised to our people. It's going to be a tough year. So the community, staff, especially staff. I went to a workshop where they said the state is $25 billion in the rears. They've got a loss. Then the actual Legislative Accounting Office said it was $24 billion with a B. So it will be a tough year. The state said to expect in January, we're already there, that they were expecting the state to pull funds back. Politically, I get that, because next year they want to give it back because it's an election year. So it could happen yet. I don't know if you've heard anything, Diane? Okay. there you have that. 80 to 90% goes to salary and benefits, the cost of staffing. So when people come to us about their student or about their concern, we're here for the students, okay? But that means also that we have to be very responsible when we say yes. Because, especially this year, we can say yes, and then the budget says no. So, to make things worse this year, CSEA has the same layoff notice that teachers do now. So it's not CSEA being noticed first, it's at the same time. There's a big plus. What they did say, the state board, or not state board, but from the podium, including Jack O'Connell, and everybody in the unions knows Jack O'Connell. He's still the same jumping jack. The recommendation from the podium, I don't see it happening, first of all, but was to, let's see, I got to remember it first, so I'll have to keep you in suspense. I didn't want to get it wrong. But we are going to have to really look at things, really look at staffing. Number one, I can only speak to myself in one vote, but I know the board well enough, they don't want to lay anybody off. In 2008, and every time we've had a tough time, it was, I wanted to make sure, and the board wanted to make sure, that everyone kept working. So it's a discussion the association should start having. Up till now, historically, some associations said, if we got 20, 30 years in, let the 2-year person go. I disagree. Vehemently, I disagree. I want to keep everyone working. They've put their life in here, sure, but so have those who've just started, who may be under probation yet. Matter of fact, they're the ones with all the energy helping everybody else. I used to be a union president. I've seen both sides. I love my people, and I'm going to continue to love my people and love on all of you as the board does. Don't want to scare anybody, but I did want to say, consider those big purchases, especially when houses are real high. They're looking at a downturn. They want the rates to get down to 6.5%, and that's considered good nowadays. Houses median cost are $350,000-ish. People wanting to buy a house, on the other hand, expect to pay about $250,000. So there's a great divide in reality and desire. The board, and I know this, we'd love to give you everything you ask for. Just whether you're a parent, whether you're a student, whether you're, in the association or not. My belief is I would love to treat everybody the best that we possibly could, whether there is or isn't an association. I want you to be treated the same as if these two fine gentlemen and the lady for CWA were here fighting their heart out without having to fight the heart out. And so, all that to say, let's move forward, and let's move forward together. That's what I'm asking for. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Martinez. Next, we'll have our Vice President, Ms. Nancy O'Kelly.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say how much I love when the DSAC kids come.
Yes.
Yeah. And you get to hear what's going on at all of the schools, and you get to see their enthusiasm and pride and everything. It's such a great organization, and I'm so glad we have it. I also wanted to comment on the nutrition services. I cherish our nutrition services department. They are beyond awesome with what they do. And I don't know what the pay situation is, but if it's not where it should be, I do believe we need to work on that and pay people what they deserve to show that we value them. So I think we all need to think about that. And let's see, what else? I had something else. I don't even remember what.
You
Welcome
normally
to my
have
world.
you normally have
I'm
a
getting
page.
old.
You normally have a page somewhere around there.
I didn't bring it.
Ah.
But at any rate, I'm hoping that the rest of this month goes well, and I hope that we have a great parent summit. Those are always exciting and interesting to go to. And what is the date of it?
This Saturday.
This Saturday? How come my flyer says February 23rd? Oh, no, that's the Black History Celebration. Okay, I'm sorry. So it is this Saturday, the Parent Summit. So make sure you come to that and enjoy yourselves.
It'll be at Eisenhower this year, correct? Eisenhower this year.
Yeah, that's because it's the best school.
Carter.
Oh, the Carter?
Yeah,
Oh.
they always have
I'm
a parent.
getting old. I'm getting old.
The Parent Summit is always held at Carter.
Right.
So we have extra room.
Oh, the Ritz will be at Eisenhower. Yeah, we got it.
Alright.
The Ritz
Really?
will be at Eisenhower this year.
Because it's usually at Carter,
Right,
too.
right.
Okay.
We're going to show that new brand new theater.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. I've seen it.
It's beautiful.
Well,
And then
we're gonna, are you finished? Or-
No, wait. Tell them about the guest speaker for the Parent Summit.
Well,
It's a NASA astronaut,
Yes.
which I think is just
Well, I'm gonna
awesome.
jump in right now because
Casino astronaut.
next we'll have comments by Stephanie Lewis, Board President, and Parent Summit is at Carter, and astronaut where is Huntsville, Alabama is Rocket City. That's where NASA trained. You know,
Cool.
bringing my friend here to speak with their students.
Oh,
Okay.
you know
For the
this
Parent
person.
Summer. Well, I know him from the spirit.
Oh,
And
okay.
atmosphere, okay. But I want to do a serious moment. When you talk about fentanyl, and you're thinking of the younger and the older, but fentanyl and edible gummies are really, it's really an overdose is rampant on toddlers and school age. So, you know, the edibles look like candy and
Right.
gummies and Rice Krispie treat, and they, you know, adult will only just break an ear off because they're expensive, but the kids think they're candy, and they're because they're marketed that way. And there's a lot of overdose. So parents, if you have whatever medical problem that you're partaking in, you need to lock up, especially over the holiday weekends. You need to put that away because they're going to eat a whole bag because it's, you know. And you need to have the poison control. Also, fentanyl, you know, we're thinking about high school and junior high, but that's still overdose situation. And then even, you know, a lot of people have chronic problems. They can't take the top off their medicine, so they leave it sort of open. And we're having a lot of overdose. So that's one thing that you do need to have the poison control center number available. The other ones, there's a lot of, you know, synthetic drugs that are not showing up in these drugs. People are thinking they're buying weed, but they're laced with things. You know,
Right,
the
right.
price of marijuana is so low. People trying to get their market share, so they put a little extra in there. And some things are not traceable. You almost have to say, "What did you take? Bring it in." So this is not just, you know, high school or middle school. These are things that people are bringing from their own home or somewhere. And so we have to be watchful for that. I was just thinking about the health services and the health aides and our nurses. A lot of our health office was original to the building. And we need to really think of getting better student health centers, especially when we're going to have preschool. Because, you know, I used to search for one. They have a nurse's office because they always went there. You know, headache, you're waiting for that call. And kudos to Boyd with the diabetic. A lot of times for young children, a lot of times they're first diagnosed having symptoms at school and insulin. So, you know, that's really great that dietary restrictions, medical fragile. When you talk about special needs, you don't think about, you know, chemo and lupus and all those things that really show up because they're falling, they're bruising, they're having things like that. So I'm so glad that we added a health RN coordinator to sort of replenish our health service and working with our SAC clinic. But, you know, you have to work with your primary care, too, and have that line of communication. And that was impactful when the parent talked about there was an issue. They had a system in place, and it's working. And she came back with feedback. And that's what we have to put. We have to put systems in place. People will come and go for whatever reason. Life happens, right? But when you have a system in place, you can follow it. You can plug people in. You can train. And those are the things that are, you know, we're really looking at being system oriented. We're looking at our high schools, our campus, is it accessible for everyone? You know, it should not be that we can't have a event because the place is not accessible. I always say every kid is special. We have to make sure if you break your ankle, as a faculty, you're able to go to the bathroom too, or walk, or things like that if you're in the field. So, you know, part of this upgrading our facilities is making it accessible to all, especially if you're having problems with balance and wheelchair and things like that. And it's not, handicap is one thing, you're looking at one eye, but accessibility for special needs, for medical needs, being on the field, having that call light if someone blood sugar and being aware, that's a different type of lens that you have to look at. And that's what's happening, especially when you're going to do a preschool. You have to be aware of that. Even things like your lighting because of low vision. You know, these are the low incidents that we don't think about that really impacts. You know, you can't really see, you're going to trip, you're going to fall, you're going to do all those things. So I'm just excited about our future. I'm excited about all our community support that we're having. And most of all, because tutoring, the tutoring and how they are engaged in tutoring, that separates you right there. That is our trajectory. I was just excited about hearing from our superintendent of the catch-up. Intentional. Parents, tutoring is not bad. Tutoring is the extra. It's the plus. It's the push. And so, you know, we're looking forward to that, and we're looking forward to all the celebrations. And now we're going to move on, and Ms. Martha is going to take it from here unless we have any further. Okay.
Okay, we're going to move on into consent calendar items. And as discussed before, all items on the consent calendar will be acted upon in one motion unless pulled by Board of Education members or the superintendent for individual action. In this case, we're going to pull item E10,
310 and 311.
310, and 311.
Is there a motion?
I make a motion to approve all items in the consent calendar with the exception for separate action on E310 and 311.
And that separate action is
Will be after
we're gonna
we
do
approve.
that after that.
first.
Okay.
I second that motion.
Okay, we're going to have a vote for Stephen Gaitan.
Aye.
Okay, Ms. Dominguez.
Aye.
Mr. Montez.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Ms. O'Kelly.
Aye.
And Stephanie Lewis, aye. Now we're going to go ahead and make a motion for E3.10. We can go ahead and read that.
E3.10, Agreement with Community Engagement Initiative, CEI, Cohort 3, Professional Learning Network, PLN. Ratify an agreement to join the Community Engagement Initiative, Cohort 3, Professional Learning Network, effective January 11, 2023, at no cost to the district.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Vote by Ms. Dominguez.
Abstain.
Vote by Board Member Montez.
Aye.
Vote by
Aye.
Ms. Kelly and Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
And Lewis, aye.
Preferential vote.
Not for, this is the item that we pulled. Yeah.
There is actually, because it's still in the
Consent
consent
calendar.
Stephen?
Aye.
All right.
Okay, we will now move to E3.11, Approve Community Engagement Initiative, Cohort 3, Sacramento Professional Learning Network Workshop. Approve 15 parent, guardians, 2 students, 3 district classified staff members, and 4 district administrators to attend the CEI Cohort 3 in Sacramento PLN workshop to be held February 8th, 2023 through February 10th, 2023 in Sacramento, California at a cost not to exceed $45,000 and to be paid from the general fund.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
We have a vote by Mr. Stephen Guy.
Aye.
Board Member Dominguez.
Abstain.
Board Member Montez.
Aye.
Board Member Martinez.
Aye.
Aye.
Ms. O'Kelly, Vice President. Stephanie Lewis, aye.
Okay, we will now move into discussion action items. Item F1. Resolution number 222335, declaring results and certifying proceedings of school bond election held November 8, 2022, and appointing the Citizens Oversight Committee with respect to such bond measure.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Kelly, okay.
Adopt resolution number 222335, declaring results and certifying proceedings of school bond election held November 8, 2022, and appointing the Citizens Oversight Committee with respect to such bond measure.
Do we have any discussion? There's none. Vote by Ms. Dominguez, Board Member.
Aye.
Mr. Montez, Board
Aye.
Member. Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Ms. O'Kelly, Vice President.
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, President, aye.
Okay, item F2, resolution number 222336, continued funding application with the State of California Department of Education contract for state preschool program for the 2023-2024 school year.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Ratify the adoption of resolution number 222336, accepting the continued funding application with the California Department of Education for child development contract with the minimum days of operation requirement of 176 days. All terms and conditions of the original agreement shall remain unchanged and in full force and effect, and authorizes Diane Romo, Business Services Agent, as the signer of said agreement effective January 20th, 2023.
Is there any discussion?
No.
No.
We have none. Vote by Board Member Dominguez.
Aye.
Board Member Montez.
Aye.
Board Member Martinez.
Aye.
Vice President O'Kelly.
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, aye. President.
Item F3, agreement with IST College Tours, Carter High School.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
I second.
Approve an agreement with IST College Tours to provide college tours for the overnight student trip for 80 junior students at Carter High School AVID program and 8 adult chaperones to tour colleges in the Northern California area from March 20th, 2023 through March 23rd, 2023 at a cost not to exceed $50,000 and to be paid from the general fund.
Is there any discussion? I have a question. I think this is great. I just want to make sure that the college children or student scholars being exposed to college is not just AVID only, that we seek to expose and allow all students who are showing an interest or just, expose them to those campus is very important. So I think this is but let's broaden that pot. Vote by Board Member Dominguez.
Aye, and I do agree with Mrs. Lewis as well.
Okay. Board Member Montez.
Aye.
Okay. Board Member Martinez.
Aye.
Vice President O'Kelly.
Aye.
And Stephanie Lewis. Aye.
Item F4, agreement with various vendors for the district's Divergent Games athletic event.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Approve an agreement with multiple vendors to provide food and entertainment at Rialto's Divergent Games on Saturday, March 4th, 2023 at a cost not to exceed $50,000 and to be paid from the general fund.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I just would like to make a comment. I think it would be a good idea, maybe sometime down the road, to include in the name of the event something regarding Special Olympics or special education in a way. I just think Divergent sounds too separate, too distant from our special needs. And given that this athletic event is for our special needs student, I just would like to see a little more relation as far as the name of the event down the road. Just wanted to share that.
Yeah, great. I'm not
Question.
sure. Special Olympics is trademark.
It is. We
and,
can't
you know,
use it.
That's part.
I
But
mean,
you
there's
know,
royalties.
there's other things, ability count and things like that. I think they were looking at renaming and trying to come with something more, like you're saying, more comprehensive of what we're trying. But you want to make sure maybe the kids can come up with the name, the students.
Make a contest.
Yeah.
Share
Mr.
the
Martinez.
word.
Yeah. We should put Steven in charge of the contest.
Did you have a comment?
That was
Okay.
it.
You have the floor. Ms. Dominguez?
Aye.
Oh, no, I was
Okay.
asking, were you further have a comment?
Oh, no, I'm
That's
good.
good.
I'm good, but there's my vote.
Okay.
Aye.
Mr. Montez?
Aye.
Okay, Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
O'Kelly?
Aye.
Okay, and Lewis, aye.
Okay, item F5, agreement with Therapy Travelers LLC and 3 Courts Inc.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Approve an amendment to the agreement with Therapy Travelers LLC with 3 Courts Inc., increasing the cost of the contract by $150,000 for a total cost not to exceed $300,000, effective January 26, 2023 through June 30th, 2023.
Any discussion? We have none. Vote by Board Member Dominguez.
Aye.
Board Member Montez.
Aye.
Board Member Martinez.
Aye.
Vice President O'Kelly and Stephanie Lewis. Aye.
Item F6, resolution number 222337, remuneration.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
I second.
We might want to explain that we already approved this, but the wrong resolution number was on that document, so that's why we're doing it again.
Correct, Mrs. O'Kelly. This went on the last board agenda, but the resolution numbers were duplicated, so we brought it back.
Okay.
Any further discussion?
It's a good point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Vote. Ms. Dominguez.
Aye.
Mr. Montez.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Ms. O'Kelly?
Abstain.
Stephanie Lewis, aye.
Item F7, resolution number 222338, remuneration.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
I second.
Adopt resolution number 222338, excusing the absence of Board Clerk Joseph W. Martinez from the Wednesday, January 11th, 2023 regular meeting of the Board of Education.
Any discussion? Okay, Ms. Dominguez?
Aye.
Mr. Montez?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Abstain.
Mrs. O'Kelly?
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, aye.
Item F8, administrative hearing.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Case numbers 222340, 222339, 222338.
Any discussion?
I just want to say, I think the way the agenda was put together is really nice.
No. Well,
Good job.
thank you. Okay.
Team effort.
All right, we're gonna vote. Ms. Dominguez?
Aye.
Mr. Montez?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Vice President O'Kelly?
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, aye.
Item F9, stipulated expulsions.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Case numbers 222343, 222342, and 222341.
Any discussion? Okay. Vote by Board Member, Ms. Dominguez?
Aye.
Mr. Montez?
Aye.
Mr. Martinez?
Aye.
Vice President O'Kelly?
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, President, aye.
Item F10, reinstatement.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second, Lewis.
Case numbers 212285, 212284, 212278, 212273, 212272, 212261, 212253, 212248, 212244, 212219.
Discussion? I would like to make a comment. You know, as children, young adults, teens, we all make bad decisions and we all make good decisions. And this is a testament with the work and support that these young people made a good decision to do what was required of them, to show promise. And that takes a lot of work, and I'm sure that their guardians and family are proud of them, but they probably most of all proud of themselves. And so as the board, we just really salute you. This is what we're here for. Okay. And just stay focused and continue to hit your goal of finishing high school in our Rialto Unified School District. Vote by Board Member Dominguez.
Aye.
Mr. Montez.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Ms. O'Kelly.
Aye.
Stephanie Lewis, aye.
Okay, now we move into adjournment. The next regular meeting of the Board of Education of the Rialto Unified School District will be held on February 8th, 2023 at 7 p.m. at the Dr. John Casalunas Education Center at 182 East Walnut Avenue, Rialto, California. Materials distributed or presented to the Board of Education at the board meeting are available upon request from the Superintendent's office.
Is there a
So
motion?
Second.
Okay. Vote by Mr. Stephen Gaitan.
Aye.
Ms. Dominguez.
Aye.
Mr. Montez.
Aye.
Mr. Martinez.
Aye.
Vice President O'Kelly.
Aye.
President Lewis, aye. Time is 8:42.